You have picked the Kawhoop Stone of Difficulty.
Difficulty? What does that mean?
It is a lesson in dealing with severe constraints. Its positive aspects represent the limitations you cause directly to yourself.
What's the negative?
Attracting limitations from those around you. Both the positive and negative are equally difficult to handle. You have a being standing behind you.
Behind me?
Yes. It is wearing all black. It is very tall with extremely dark skin. The need for restraint is unquestionable here. Picking the stone makes you conscious to the fact that there will be holdups and grounds to review your plans carefully.
Padme Om, Om Mani Padme Om, Om Mani Padme Om.
I received a message.
Another message. What do they say?
We're going to have a visit.
Someone's coming here.
No, they're asking for a location.
I don't understand.
They need a large open space to arrive and communicate. They want to make it more... It's like liquid to physical manifestation rather than bone to flesh, like electric nitrogen type of things. I need you to find a place with a large open field and trees.
Okay.
Yo, let me get this straight, Z. You was smashing KD, and light was coming out of eyes, like beams of light.
You two can laugh, but a message came to me in a dream from my ancestors. They said we're gonna have a son called Ishmael.
So, on page 98, he states, the moment we're born, we start dying. But I don't really get that part about life being in a state of nothingness.
Okay, let's first look at what the dictionary defines nothingness as.
Excuse me? Could I please take a quick look at your book?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. I haven't seen this one before.
So, nothingness literally means it doesn't exist or doesn't have a value. We say this because on the other side of hydrogen...
I'm sorry, but what she's trying to say is that hydrogen is the first of the 99 elements that make up our physical realm. And so this is something you would learn in basic chemistry, that hydrogen is the first particle of existence and the lightest particle.
Yeah, hydrogen H1.
Exactly. H1, then comes helium, which is, of course, H2. All this was pre-quarks.
Particles under the atom. So, beneath the atom are quarks.
The quarks have always existed, but before scientists knew about quarks, they all agreed that hydrogen was the first particle of existence.
It's a nice forest-like area. It was Brian that found it.
Has a lake there. Makes you feel like you love the city.
A perfect place for a family picnic. We can do some spiritual work, meditate, and chant too. Maybe the other tabs can join us.
Well, I can't go because I'm scheduled to be out of town this weekend. But it's a good idea. You know what? I'll talk to the head of the other tabs and I'll invite them. I think this gathering would be a good chance to unify the different tabs.
So, quarks exist in the state of nothingness?
Correct. And when quarks come over to the other side of hydrogen, it becomes something in this physical realm. You are decaying from the moment you are born. So this ultimately means The moment you take your first breath, you are dying.
Like, as cool as you saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bro, trust me. Everyone is cool. It doesn't really matter your religion. You're just gonna ask you questions and they'll answer. Oh, and they present facts for you to reach for yourself.
Okay, I believe you, man, but if they start looking at me all funny and stuff, I'm gonna point at you. I'm serious.
No one's gonna laugh at you, man.
Alright, I got you. I'm not gonna lie, it is interesting stuff in the books.
Now listen to the phonetics of the word something. You are literally saying something. This means that when calculated, it all adds up or sums up to a thing. Now listen to the word nothing. What do you hear?
Bro, my boy with me today, this Salah Houdin.
It is no thing. This means that when calculated, it doesn't sum up to a thing in the physical realm.
And NO is a short way of writing
Hold on, let me
number.
finish explaining this to him. So, nothing is just something without its number. It doesn't mean that nothingness doesn't exist, just that it doesn't exist within this physical realm. Do you follow?
Oh, that makes so much sense. Something, nothing. Oh, that's amazing. It's like the answers are right in front of us and we are blind to them.
So if you're to step on the other side of hydrogen, or what you call life, which is really death, then you would step into nothingness.
On the other side of hydrogen is nothingness, or what is called ether.
And oh yeah, and ether doesn't sum up to a thing. It doesn't become solid, liquid, or gas. The hydrogen atoms slow down and become more dense, each having its own atomic number that sums up to a thing. Here, back to you. The class is boring. Spice it up. Be more captivating.
Yes, brother. What's your other question?
What days does he teach on?
Sunday.
Thank you.
Yes, brother. What's your question?
You guys are not Muslim, so why do you teach from the Quran?
Sorry, brother. What's your question?
Well, I noticed in the book that you use the Quran to prove certain points, but you're not Muslim, so why do you use it?
Can't stand him. He gets on my last nerve.
All right, I'm gonna have a word with him, okay?
How is he just gonna jump in when I'm teaching? Makes it look like I'm not qualified to teach. He always hogs the mic.
Probably means well.
Means well. Really? I don't even want him coming next to me.
All right, I'm gonna deal with it, I promise.
I see UFOs often. Do you know why? Do you think they are trying to contact me?
Nah, I don't know.
One time, they were even knocking on my window.
Aliens. Knocked on your window?
Yes!
Don't you live on the 9th floor?
Yes, I live on the 9th floor. It was around midnight. I was about to go to sleep and then suddenly I hear, boom, 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 coming from the living room. So I get up and I cautiously walk into the room.
Every other class, Josephine has
I was so scared. I thought, okay, there is someone in this apartment. But I look around, nothing. And then I hear, boom, boom, boom. It was coming from the window. And when I go to remove the curtain,
It was two men cleaning your window.
no. I see a UFO 300 feet away.
300 feet away.
What? Yes. I don't know how they were able to knock on my window.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was learning like Reiki, which is like the Japanese version, and then I was learning Sekhem, which was like the Egyptian version, and Sekhem was like way hotter, but they're both like super powerful.
You can heal with your hands. Amazing.
Yeah, you can feel the heat, it's like the bomb.
Yeah, my ex-girlfriend was into crystals, but I don't know, I never really paid that attention to them.
So amethyst helps like dispel rage and fear and anxiety. It's like a really great crystal.
Yeah, I remember she was telling me something like, you don't choose crystals, they choose you. I don't know.
She sounds a little spooky.
Really? That is so cool. I would love to learn more about the crystals.
At drivetime.com, we've been hard at work. And we finally did it.
Did you make it so I can finally see my real payments and shop for thousands of cars with no hit to my credit?
Wait. Yes!
Shop for cars online with no credit hit.
Look, there's a slidey thingy. I'm changing my own payments. I feel strong!
Go to drivetime.com, get approved, shop real cars, customize your real terms with no credit hit.
Finally! We did it, Drive Time!
Shop for cars online with no credit hit at drivetime.com.
Jessie loves playing detective.
But since we found out she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
At first, we thought the problem was our puppy.
Look, what's in the clue?
Or something outside.
But the culprit was our old detergent.
Aha!
So we switched to Tide Pods Free and Gentle. It cleans better and doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
And it has no dyes or perfume, so it's gentle on her skin.
Case closed.
Tide Free and Gentle is EPA Safer Choice certified. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide.
Get him up out of here.
Let's go.
Come on,
Come on, let's go.
Go ahead. What you waiting for?
Relax. It's coming.
Come on, yo. Strike him out. Get him out of there. Come on, man. Hurry up and get the ball. You got it, Aisha?
I got it.
Oh, come on, man.
Hurry up and get the ball. Come on.
God.
How you gonna... Butterfingers, you gonna throw us under the bus like that?
You ain't catch the ball once.
You acting like Chris ain't out bad everybody. Don't mind Ezekiel. He's a sore loser. Yo, that cloud ain't move all day, B. I wouldn't be surprised that's a UFO or some shit up there, man. Word.
It wasn't expected at all because we didn't go there for that. We originally went there for just a general day out picnic, really. I recall us being there the whole day and just interesting small little things started happening throughout the day. So, I remember in the daytime we saw this cloud that was just literally sitting there. You could literally see other clouds passing by, but this specific cloud just sat there, and just like myself and Althea was looking at that cloud and she just said, that's not a normal cloud. Like that. So little things like that. And then like later on in the evening, we started, doing singing and all sorts of things. And that is when Althea went into her trance mode, and we knew something was happening here.
The character that you see, Amelia, she was a very feminine, highly, ultra feminine in her being and the way she moved. And she was always agreeable. I never ever saw anything like disagreeable from her.
Breathe deeply into your diaphragm 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
La ilaha illallah.
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 La ilaha illallah. Ar-Rahimu. La ilaha illallah. Al-Maliku. La ilaha illallah. Al-Qadusu. La ilaha illallah. As-Salamu. La ilaha illallah. Al-Mu'minu. La ilaha illallah. Al-Mu'minu.
UFO.
UFO! UFO!
Je crois pas. A UFO.
That's a UFO. That wasn't a UFO. That was a plane. You guys are bugging out.
Nah, that wasn't a plane. That's a UFO.
Is that a UFO?
Can't be. They're not real, right?
Amelia! Amelia, come back! You don't know what's over there!
So that's when I remember seeing ships going above, past all of us, directly above. It was completely silent. That's how we knew it wasn't a plane, because we remember seeing a plane further up, you know, and you can hear that. But this specific ship had like interesting like light flashes. It was not like, you know, the normal beacon light that you get on a plane, but more like sequences of lights, the way it was radiating.
Everybody was like, that's a UFO. And I turn around, I look, and I see this object going down, you know, moving and going down behind the tree. And I'm like, nah, that's not a UFO, that's a plane. And they were like, nah, it's a UFO. So I was like the last person out of everybody to realize what was going on.
Then it kind of flew over to like the far side of this the forest where we were situated nearby. And then Althea, I remember her saying, they're over there, they're here.
A few minutes later, like maybe a minute later, after that object went down and I was debating with everybody, then I heard a plane fly up, and that plane was high up in the sky, and I could hear those engines roaring. I thought to myself, that object was low, and I didn't hear a sound.
What's wrong with her?
What happened to Brian? Is he having asthma? Nah, it ain't Brian. It's Amelia. Something done passed through or something, or like something. What do you mean? Like a being is inside of her. That's what I mean. Like something is in her.
If we come in peace, there's no need to be afraid. They're all around us. Can't you see them? Peace. We come in peace.
I don't see anyone.
Who are you? Who sent you?
I think we should leave.
I am Zolkan. I'm from a water planet. In Pleiades. Pleiades.
Who sent you, Murdoch?
Don't say that, because she's gonna say yes.
Murdoch. Yes. Murdoch.
There is a group of beings spoken of in ancient Sumer called Anunnaki. In the cuneiform language, they are called Dinir. In the Bible, they are called Jabarin. Anu meaning the Heavenly One. He is the highest member of this group of beings and their leader. Na means 50, and Ki is an ancient name for Earth. According to ancient records, the Anunnaki were sent down to Earth from Anu in groups of 50s. In your scriptures, they would be your angels. One of the head Anunnaki was Murdoch, a warrior and would-be equivalent to the angel Michael found in the Bible. According to Sumerian records, millions of years ago, a mother plane called Nibiru, also called Reis Manjet in ancient Tamare, Africa, traveled through our solar system. Aboard this mother plane resided beings called the Anunnaki. The planet Uranus suddenly came from behind the planet Neptune. This caused Nibiru to veer off its path and collide with the planet Maldek, breaking up part of the planet Maldek into pieces. This collision formed the rings around Saturn. The remaining part of Maldek was cast out into space, later becoming known as the Lost Planet. Nibiru, surrounded by the 4 satellites, also known as the 4 winds, North Wind, South Wind, and East Wind. The North Wind was heading directly for planet Tiamat, known today as Earth, hitting Tiamat, causing it to split in half. This North Wind came back around, shattering that half into pieces, creating the asteroid belt.
Yo, Look at that. It's a UFO.
I can't see the UFO.
It's above the lake.
It's like a liquid metal reflecting. I can't make out the shape of it exactly. It's like almond shape.
I saw the orange ball light come down, but I can't see the UFO.
Yo, we really having a close encounter. This is crazy.
And so when we all looked over there, then we saw this light drop out of this ship behind these trees, and that's when we noticed there was a massive lake there, because it was literally reflecting in the lake.
We were aware of UFO knowledge. This is one of the things that we was well versed in. So these things wasn't a surprise to us. And she's saying from Pleiades, and then she points, and further down there's a lake, and from above the lake we see an orange orb of light, an orange orb, big orb, come down from the sky and go down into the lake.
I think Muhammad was the most scared, because he's never been introduced to this kind of subject, you know, before. You know, he comes from a very Islamic background, so he's not, you know, in those kind of circles. And I think he was the one who really got scared, and I saw it on his face.
Yeah.
And I think even like days, weeks after, you know, it still scared him, and that he didn't really talk to me that much afterwards.
I was telling Kush, there was a French girl, there was a white French girl, that first time when I met her, she was always telling us how extraterrestrial comes to her room and she sees them and da da. But after that day, we never saw her again. She never came back. And there was a young guy named Muhammad, and he was just coming in. After that day, we didn't see Muhammad again.
Now, do you think that we were gonna go and walk towards the light? Hell no. If you ever see a UFO and you see a light coming down, let me tell you something, don't go to the light. Do not walk towards the light. Yeah, we were knuckleheads. We went towards the light. It's crazy, but we was excited. It's like, this is actually happening. We've read about this stuff. We've researched about this stuff, but to be actually having a close encounter was crazy.
Did you see that? Let me hold you back. What? Let me hold you back. Oh.
So as I'm walking, I see this being, and it's about my knee height off the ground, and it's gliding. It's all gray, not like the gray aliens that people are used to depicting. This is a gray humanoid, like a human being, and it's gliding, it's just floating, and then all of a sudden it disappears.
They want us to stop. I'm not coming any further.
I remember we saw the three tall beings in black coming out from that, so more or less they were standing by that lake, so it's almost like they had personified at the edge of the lake.
Then these guys, these Caucasian guys in black appear at the lake. There's two standing side by side in black, and they had like some kind of like neon light coming from them here, and their movements were not human-like. It was almost like android-like, like robot-like. Like they would look at us, then turn and look at each other, then turn back and look at us.
One of them in the middle, I remember he was kind of floating off the ground, and now I literally remember seeing his chakra points lighting up from the lower chakra, just lit up all the way up.
The being that disappeared, that we saw disappear, it came up in the middle of them. It had lights, like you know where your chakras are. So it had lights moving up, like individual lights, but they were moving like one after the other, like leaving a trail, boom, like boom. If you ever remember that TV series, Knight Rider, remember that light that used to move in front of Kit, the car? Similar to that. And then it had a device in his hand about this high, and that device had lights running up in it. And then in hindsight, when we was playing baseball during the day, what I noticed was white couples, two white couples, always watching us. They wasn't interfering with us, but they were just watching us, but always pair, man and woman, watching us from a distance. And then when we see this being by the lake with the two other beings, people that were watching us, they came and walked up from both directions, side by side with the being.
Who's that being?
He's an agreeable spiritual master from Pleiades.
She, Althea, was in communication with them. And then I was like, so what is that, the thing in his hand? And she says, it's like a lightsaber or some type of weapon. And in the back of my mind, I was like, if it's agreeable, why does it have a weapon? But I was just too excited, like, wow, we're having a close encounter of the first, second, and fourth kind, all of them mixed into one. We're having this thing. We walked back to the exit. The two guys in black, they walk, or glide. That's what it is. They glide across the field.
They're moving faster than their legs were actually walking. It's almost like they were gliding across, but it wasn't in sync with how their legs would normally walk at that speed.
They're all in black, but then it's like they're transforming. I know it sounds crazy. But they're walking and then they like shape-shifting and their clothing turns to white t-shirts and blue jeans and they just go and then walk off.
I remember the other one followed us all the way up to the station, and I think this is what got me, because he was really tall, very Nordic looking. And I remember when we were at the station, I met Mohammed there, and he stood at a certain distance. He stood and he looked at me, and he looked at Mohammed, then he looked at the other guys, and he just smiled, and he turned around and walked back.
The long-lasting scent of Gain Flings made it smell like Dave was in his happy place. The massage chair at the mall. But he wasn't. Gain Flings with Oxy Boost and Febreze. Try Gain plus Ultra Oxy. What a combo!
This place is a death trap. Shut it down! I came here to help you, but now we're starting to lose control. What is that? Are you willing to change?
Kitchen Nightmares, all new Mondays on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu.
When we're looking up in the sky, the night sky, it looks like stars, but stars don't move. And these things are objects are moving, making straight, right angle turns. There's ones that's moving and separating in two. And I remember seeing one that had like 3 lights, like in a diamond shape, moving.
As-salam, Amu-Min, Amu-Haymin, Al-Aziz, Al-Jabbar, Amu-Takabir, Al-Ka'alik, Al-Bari, Al-Kharfar. What was that? What happened back there?
It was...
I was really scared. I never want to experience that again.
I think like even days, I mean, I couldn't sleep properly, obviously, for days. And I remember like over a few nights, even like closing my eyes, I just kept seeing them in my peripheral. So I even remember seeing one's face sort of appear as if like vividly in my face. I think it was a female version of those beings. And then, you know, I just wake up. So it's something that carried on for quite a while psychologically as well.
What is an extraterrestrial? An extraterrestrial is extra, terra, astral. So extra means an addition. Terra is a Latin name for Earth, terra, territory. And the astral is talking about the stars, it's talking about space. So extra, terra, astral, something extra on Earth from space. So if a meteorite comes to this and hits Earth, it's an extraterrestrial. It's just not an a biological entity. But if we go to the Bible, we go to the Quran, we go to the Hindu's spiritual text, everybody speaks about being visited by space people, star people. The Bible calls them Elohim. The Quran calls them Malaika. You call them angels. If we look at Genesis 6, it talks about the sons of God coming out of heaven and coming down to earth. So wouldn't that make them an extra terrestrial? Wouldn't that make them an extra being on earth from space? And because the word they use in the Bible, in the Old Testament, for heaven is the word shamayim. In Arabic, they say samawati. In the Greek, they say Oranos, Orion star constellation. So they're coming out of the skies to earth, so that makes them extra. When you go to the book of Revelation, it talks about the crystal city coming out of the sky, and it gives you the size of the crystal city. It tells you what the crystal city is made of. So it's something physical. It's not something spiritual. It's something physical coming out of the sky. And if you saw that, the crystal city coming from the Most High, coming out of the sky, you would say Independence Day. And some of you are going to run and say, take me, take me. And some of y'all are just going to go there and get your ass zapped.
Alright, man. If you need anything else, don't hesitate to ask. Alright?
Thank you for all your help. I really appreciate it.
No doubt.
I actually went home with the being, or one of the beings, basically. I wasn't going home with Amelia, Althea. Like when you all said you afterwards you didn't talk, or you spent time getting over it psychologically, it continued for me for at least 2 weeks. But I came home with Althea's body, but not with Althea.
Okay, nice and warm. I have to step in.
On my planet, water is used to heal.
How do you heal with water?
A screen. The screen is liquid, and it floats there. It vibrates, causing ripples. The combination of the vibration and the water creates the healing.
Oh my god, please, you have to stop touching everything. Don't touch that! No, don't. It's hot. Hot.
Hot.
Yes, hot. Burn. Hot.
It was very ancient and very knowledgeable. So instead of like you'd have a normal conversation or you'd want to watch a movie, this being was detailed, but it took a while to understand what it was talking. And initially, it would talk with a vibration. It would be it took a while for that to adjust to any sort of language. Most of it was just pictures sent to my head. And some of that was overwhelming, and I had to like, oh, okay, and then I had to go through what each pictures, and what basically the being was just trying to transmit and talk to me about energy healing, about ancient knowledge, about the Akasha records, you know, the details of all knowledge in light, you know, spanning everywhere, the boundless universes, 76 trillion years as we knew it at that time.
The vast population of people have been led to believe that extraterrestrials do not exist. Yet the government have developed a system wherein they classify and categorize the types of encounters people have with an extraterrestrial, which is a subtle confession that they exist. They classify them as close encounters of the first, second, third, and fourth kind. Close encounters of the first kind, there is no physical interaction between the object and the inhabitants of Earth. The individual sees the object from a distance. There have been many of these kinds of encounters. This footage is a depiction of a V-shaped craft seen in August 1951 in Lubbock, Texas. The Air Force investigators were unable to convince 6 college professors that they had not seen UFOs. Close encounter of the second kind. This kind of encounter consists of some interference, be it with electrical systems or appliances, car ignitions, burns on the ground, crop circles, or animal mutations. Close encounter of the third kind. An encounter of the third kind is when an individual actually sees an extraterrestrial. A famous instance of a close encounter of the third kind occurred in Socorro, New Mexico. Here, police officer Lonnie Zamora reported sighting 2 individuals in white coveralls next to an elliptical object, measuring approximately 12 to 15 feet in length. The object bore a distinctive red emblem, an upside-down crescent containing a vertical arrow underscored by a 2-foot-high line. The composition of the craft appeared to be a white-hued aluminum. A further illustration of this type of contact happened in the Kalahari Desert, located in Botswana, South Africa on May 7, 1989. Here, a spacecraft bearing an emblem akin to that witnessed by Lonnie Zamora was reportedly downed by the South African Air Force. The metallic silver-colored vessel ended up crashing. The spacecraft survived the crash intact and was subsequently transported to the Valhalla Air Force Base located in Pretoria, South Africa. A small jammed opening on the vessel was forced open using hydraulic equipment. Following this, 2 extraterrestrial beings emerged, one injured, the other unscathed. These beings were moved to medical facilities where attempts were made to extract blood samples. However, during this procedure, the officers were attacked, sustaining deep wounds on their faces and chests. The entities present within the craft were identified as a species of reptilians originating from the Rigel star system, though they resembled the diminutive Greys. These extraterrestrial organisms were relocated to the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton, Ohio, USA on June 23, 1989. They were kept in conditions similar to refrigeration, rendering them inactive. It's believed that these entities resemble those discovered in the Corona, New Mexico crash of 1947. This event involved wreckage from the spacecraft that had split into 2 sections. Both pieces contained evidence, which was promptly substituted and officially declared as remnants of a weather balloon. Many observers saw the crash and the entities sprawled on the terrain, but were discouraged from sharing their experiences. Yet after a silence of 51 years, they began to reveal their accounts before their life's end. A significant number of such deathbed admissions have emerged. Despite these testimonies, there are still those who deny the occurrence of the Roswell incident. Close encounter of the fourth kind. This type of encounter is when personal contact is made with extraterrestrials, such as an abduction. Young lumberjacks reported to Undersheriff L.C. Ellison that one of their own, named Travis Walton, had been struck by an unidentified flying object, taken aboard, and subjected to a basic medical checkup. 5 days later, he reappeared unscathed, with no physical proof of the ordeal. His brother Dwayne maintained that Travis hadn't been missing per se, but was off-planet. Travis and Dwayne had previously made a pact that if either of them encountered a UFO up close, they would position themselves directly beneath it. The Dogon tribe in Africa teaches that their gods came from Sirius star system. It is said that these gods are aliens resided in the water and would come out at night to teach and mix with the Dogon. Today, they speak on what these gods taught them. The Dogon know about the universe, star formations, and constellations. The Dogon obtained all of this knowledge without the aid of telescopes. Their star maps are very accurate in that they match up with modern maps of today. The Hopi Native Americans, who are a mix of the Dogon tribe, also know about Sirius A and Sirius B's crossing.
Yeah, I would have to remind her of physical things because she was not acting out as if she was in that realm. She was acting out as if she was somewhere else. Amelia was not there, and this being had taken over completely and was functioning with her body. So I was no longer talking or conversing with Amelia. I was conversing with the being and helping the being in this world because it wasn't used to it at all.
Now, at this point, on Sunday, everybody came through the door. And I remember Kush in particular coming up to me and goes, "You missed it." And I said, "Missed what?" He goes, "What? You missed it." And I'm like, "What happened?" And they were telling me they chanted, and then after they chanted, I want to get it right? I could be wrong, but they said like a cloud was in the sky above their head, and Kush was telling me that then they saw two guys standing there with like a flaming sword or swords, one in the middle, and there was a shapeshifter moving across the grass, and they were telling me all these things that was happening and these beings that they saw in the park. So I was like, damn, I missed it because I would have loved to have seen this.
And they wanted to see me.
They were asking for you. They said, "Where is Ahaz?" They said, "We need to see Ahaz."
Wow, okay. And these beings asked for me by name. Interesting.
Yes, we should arrange another trip there.
Yeah, I want to see them. So you guys got to see extraterrestrials, huh?
Your planet is in deep trouble. It is out of balance with the ecology, out of balance spiritually, out of balance because of its axis, out of balance in every way. Your species spend their lives destroying the planet and themselves. If you continue, you will not be a part of the galactical community.
Did you know there's a way to cut your dishwashing time by 50%? Try Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray. It removes 99% of grease and grime in half the time. Dawn Power Wash has 3 cleaning boosters not found in traditional dish soaps that remove food and grease 5 times faster. And because it cleans so well, you can replace multiple cleaning products for counters, stoves, and even laundry stains. Try Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray. Brand power helping you buy better.
How'd you get that mixed with your combo? These fries and rings?
At BK, you can build your combo.
Frozen Coke, too?
Yep, sides and drinks, too. BK, have it your way. Yeah.
Just between us, you know what's better than mopping? Anything. At the end of a long day, it's the last thing I want to do. Well, I switched to Swiffer WetJet, and it's awesome. It's an all-in-one, so it's ready to go when I am. The cleaning solution actually breaks down dirt and grime. And the pad absorbs it deep inside, so it prevents streaks and haze better than my old mop. Plus, it's safe to use on all my floors, even wood. Swiffer Wet Jet, so worth it. Best decision ever. Love it, or your money back.
Told me all the things that happened, the different beings that they saw, and there was a sister that came and said, they were asking for you. I said, asking for me? Yes, they were asking for you. I'm going. So obviously I'm saying, wow, when are we going back? When are we going back?
Those individuals who have had UFO extraterrestrial encounters, what they went through. Because if I went through this event by myself, I would think I was losing my mind. Seriously. And even though I went through this with everyone else, the very next day when I woke up, I thought it was a dream. I thought, no, it didn't happen. And it was only until I went to the bookstore and everybody's there and it's like, oh yeah, this did happen. For like maybe 2 weeks, just walking, maybe even longer than that, with my head up, just watching. You're just looking for signs. You just want to see it again. You want to experience that thing again. Most of the people who were in the same studies as us, they didn't believe us. They just thought we were spooking out. And I found that very weird because you have these individuals that will stand up in front of a classroom of people and lecture about UFOs and extraterrestrials. And so then when we have one, we actually have one, they say we're spooking out. So, you know, it makes me realize that a lot of times people can teach something and truly not even adhere to it or believe in it. People like to just regurgitate stuff, whether it's regurgitating finances, how to make money. A person could talk about making money and financial intelligence and stuff like that. When you pull the curtains away from them, you'll see that they really ain't adhering to the information that they're kicking.
So, were our ancestors slaves?
No.
Why not, Karima?
They were kidnapped. They weren't slaves. We don't descend from slaves.
Where do we descend from?
We descend from farmers, teachers, doctors, warriors, and some from royalty.
Very good. Don't ever let anyone say you come from slaves. Do you hear me?
These will help align your spirit. Amelia can help activate your chakras. We're going to be headed back to the forest in a few weeks.
I want you all to bring the crystals with you. Very important. Raymond, your body needs healing to be balanced. For you, I hear the clear quartz calling you.
Yes, you're right, wow. I have been down since my mom died.
It will increase your energy. Celestite. This is the stone for you.
I don't know anything about crystals.
It'll help your divine intuition. It'll give you the gift of precognition and other psychic abilities.
Celestite will help you make contact with your guardian angels.
Really? And everyone saw it?
Nah, it happened, B.
Man, get the hell out of here, man. Now I can see y'all seeing a craft, but actual flesh and blood beings? Yes. I ain't jacking it, man. I don't know about all that, bro.
No, seriously, like, maybe y'all spooking out or something.
So, I don't understand why y'all doubting us. Like, we read and study about this shit all the time. Now when it happened to us, we spooking out. So me, Ezekiel, Kush, we all spooking out.
Kush was there.
Yeah.
I need to hear this from his mouth, man.
Well, ask him. Facts. Ask him.
I don't know. We'll see what's up.
When he comes, there you go.
He said just, oh, peace. What's up, bro? Jalam. What's up, Matum?
Yo.
Where's the housing at?
They in the office.
So, Kush, were you there? Yeah, I was there. So what did you see? Is it true? Whatever Jalam told you is 100% true.
Yo, Kush. Come on, though. Ahaz and them already told the head office, and they said But you all need to read the book on the mind.
That's what they said?
Yeah. Basically, they're saying that y'all spooking out.
I don't care what those sisters said. We saw what we saw.
Love and peace, Kush.
Peace, man.
Oh, Kush, 1 minute. This is a turquoise crystal.
Not funny though. You're crazy. No, you're not crazy. How you gonna say crazy? You calling him crazy? I'm crazy.
You are crazy.
I ain't crazy.
It will ground you spiritually, help to heal your mind, your body, and soul.
Okay. Cool.
Make sure to bring it to the forest. We're going again within the next few weeks, on a weekend.
It lives on a water planet. It sounds like a reptilian. And then she went into this whole other being, something like that.
Peace.
Peace, God. Peace, Kush. They didn't tell me about those white people. What do you think that is?
Probably the Ashtar Command.
Yeah. Could be Ashtar Command.
Yeah, that thought crossed my mind too.
Yo, it's weird. Cause the people outside the bar seem like they knew something we didn't know about that situation out there.
You know what? In hindsight, I noticed a couple outside earlier in the day watching us.
Yeah, I will be there this time around. We're definitely gonna head out there in a few weeks.
Yeah, just found out. You should have been there, it was crazy. They tell you about the big orange orb that came down from the sky?
Yeah, man, I'm pissed I missed it. But I can definitely make it there for the next visit.
Ashtar Command is said to be a group of extraterrestrial beings. Their leader is called Ashtar Shiran. Many people have claimed to have channeled mental communications with these beings, such as a woman named Tuella Thelma B. Terrell, who claims to have been in contact with the Ashtar Command. The Ashtar is said to have provided Hitler with technology to build crafts. It is said that Hitler held this super race with great reverence and respect. They were responsible for Hitler's plan to breed a superior race. Hitler is quoted as saying, "The new man is living amongst us now. He is here. I will tell you a secret. I have seen the new man. He is intrepid and cruel, and I was afraid of him." In 1952, alien crafts were logged as being seen hovering over the White House in Washington, D.C. There have been assertions that the 34th U.S. President, Dwight D. Eisenhower, had a meeting with the Ashtar Command. It's said that they urged the U.S. to disarm. The U.S. government reportedly responded, "We cannot relinquish our arms due to external threats and uncertainty about your trustworthiness." However, there exists no substantiating evidence to confirm that this meeting took place. Amid the tumult of World War II, Hitler formed a group of outstandingly intelligent scientists and engineers, experts in the field of aerodynamics. The conception of disc-shaped flying crafts was initiated between the years of 1945 and 1947. The task of researching and producing a saucer-like craft fell to 3 German specialists, Schreiber, Habermal, and Meath, along with an Italian named A. Balanzo. Working out of Prague, Schreiber and Habermal successfully launched a disc-shaped craft on February 14, 1945. The vessel reportedly ascended to a height of 12,400 meters within a mere 3 minutes and was capable of reaching a speed of 2,000 kilometers per hour in level flight. It is said that 60% of UFOs seen flying are made here on Earth. The remaining 40% are the results of extraterrestrial crashes. There have been projects such as Project Red Light, also called Snowbird, which was originally established in Nevada in 1972, where they would fly alien crafts recovered from crashes. A well-documented account involves a scientist named Robert Lazar, who asserted that he was employed by the Department of Naval Intelligence to work on advanced propulsion systems from 1988 until early 1989 at Area 51 S4. According to a report, The disk was from the fourth planet of the binary star system, Zeta Reticuli 2. Like many before him, Lazar started to fear for his safety and chose to make his story public. However, the Air Force denies any record of Lazar's employment. When journalists attempted to verify Lazar's academic qualifications, they hit a dead end. Lazar claimed to hold degrees in physics and electronics, yet the institutions in question had no recollection of him. Lazar also claimed to have worked as a physicist at the Los Alamos National Lab, where he supposedly conducted experiments with one of the world's largest particle beam accelerators, a colossal half-mile-long device capable of generating 700 million volts. A journalist's investigation suggested that Los Alamos officials had no record of Robert Lazar. However, a 1982 phone book from the lab includes Lazar's name alongside other scientists and technicians. Additionally, a 1982 newspaper clipping from Los Alamos refers to Lazar's role at the lab as a physicist. Lazar said, "They're trying to make me a non-person. The schools that I went to, the hospital I was born in, past jobs, essentially nothing comes up with my name in it."
That was really surprising. Like, you really did your thing out there.
I told you once you have me on. Dad, Karima hit me.
Hold on, wait a minute. Stop it.
The energy coming from them felt like hot water with a breeze. It had an element that felt weird.
I hope I can see it for myself. So, what was weird about it?
Imagine like the sun. There's like a breeze around it, sort of. And then you get a peak, but not directly, but from other directions. I was feeling things in other places. It's sort of like the best way I can describe it.
I kind of get it. I say with a million, I mean, it has to be kind of strange.
She's okay with these beings like occupying her for like days, you know, and I get a bit worried. It's like, where is Amelia? Where's her consciousness got to be? I'm more worried about where she's going and what's happening during the time that this being is occupying and taking over. I'm stuck. It's like this being is having fun, like hanging out in this physical body, and I'm here and I'm looking after her, but she's like an adult body, but she's like 4 or 5 years old.
The sun's going down. We can start the chant.
Aisha!
Yeah, Hush.
We're gonna start the chant. Tell the group to form a circle.
Okay.
Alright, we're gonna start the chant!
What happened? God damn it. I'm so rolled it.
Oh, hey. Buying a car from Vroom is so easy. All you need is a phone and a finger. Just go to Vroom.com, scroll through thousands of cars, then tap to buy. That's it. No sales speak, no wasted time. Just straight up great cars. Right from your phone to your driveway. Go to Vroom.com and pick your favorite. Oh yeah, she digs it. Buy your car on Vroom.com. Vroom. Get in.
How white do you think your teeth really are? Let's try the tissue test. Ugh, still yellow. Obviously, whitening toothpaste can only do so much. That's because there's toothpaste white and there's Crest 3D White Strips White. Whitening toothpaste only works on the surface, but Crest 3D White Strips safely work below the enamel surface, whitening like a $400 professional treatment. So much whiter. The #1 teeth whitening brand in America. Crest. And try Crest whitening emulsions for daily whitening with virtually no sensitivity.
Did you bring your crystals?
Yes. Very good. We're going to put all our crystals together in the center of the circle.
Ian and Althea were talking about, I think previously, to bring crystals. And I didn't know a lot about crystals then. Now I know a lot more about crystals and the energy that they hold. And I'm thinking, they said, oh, put all your crystals into the circle. There was a little pile of crystals there. And I was thinking, oh, okay. Being naive, I just put my crystals there. Jeremiah's children sitting close to me. I think they were sitting right next to me when things started to get breezy. I remember chanting and feeling this breeze come from this side.
We put our stones in the middle and sat around the stones and then started to chant. Now, I remember I was sitting beside a brother called Rebel. At this point, as we was chanting, it was like a breeze came behind us, or behind me, and it was like a breeze just went, and I felt it literally come into me, and Rebel felt, and I looked at him, and he felt it too, and the two was like, whoa, what's that? And at that, immediately as that happened, Althea started to, I'm gonna do the best I can.
Hey, Idris, you have to join hands to lock in the energy.
Sis, I ain't gotta do shit. I ain't holding nobody hands.
I remember Idris. Now, Idris, this was his first time coming. And Idris, people had heard whispers of what we had experienced. So I could tell that Idris had heard something because he was anxious, looking, like wanting to see what was going on. But he was, you know, Idris could be disagreeable sometimes. And on this occasion, he was very disagreeable. And so when we formed the circle, it was important to like lock in the energy. So we all hold hands. Idris refused to hold hands. So he was just like folding his arms, looking around, like grumpy.
Close your eyes and breathe deeply into your diaphragm. La ilaha illallah. 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 Ar-Rahim. La ilaha illallah. Al-Malik. La ilaha illallah. Al-Qudus. La ilaha illallah. As-Salam. La ilaha illallah. Al-Mu'min. La ilaha illallah. Al-Muhaymin. La ilaha illallah. Al-Aziz. La ilaha illallah. Al-Jabbar. La ilaha illallah.
She's doing it. You're back. So everyone's looking, going, whoa. Those that knew was like, oh, it's happening. She was saying, now we're gonna come over here. And at that point now, Rebel was saying, no, they're over there. So they were taking it. We was being pulled in two different directions. Sister Tolliver decided to pick up the stones. When she picked up the stones, right? When she picked up the stone, all of a sudden she freaked out. She grabbed the stones and she dropped, and she was now saying she wants to go home. She's crying, I want to go home, I want to go home. I'm pointing to the sky. I want to go home, I want to go home. Now, you've got to imagine 20 or 30 people. It's dark, and they're all running around chaotically, right? Chaos is here, right? There's this female doing, yeah! Rebel is now going, oh, it's over here, they're over here. And I remember Idris picked up Rebel like he was a rag doll and started to run with Rebel over to that direction.
Everybody's getting up because I hear Althea going, I heard her going into that, but yeah, I know what that is. I'm used to that.
I saw a green light enter into two people sitting opposite us. I couldn't see who they were.
Ahaz and Ezekiel were opposite us.
I got you. What's going on? Where they at, man? Where? Why I don't see him? Where they at? Why I don't see him? here, man? Wait, man. Get the hell out of it.
They're over there. They're over there. Oh, there's no need to be afraid. They come in peace.
Yo, something happened to Ezekiel and Taliban.
What? I don't see him. Where?
There.
What? Where they at?
They're over there.
Where? Where are they?
They're over there.
Where? I don't see him, man.
I want to go home. Take me home.
Give it to me. Okay.
I'm going through it, man.
Sometimes we used to teach together and we used to propagate together. So when I heard something was wrong with him and I saw Idris in the distance carrying him, running around, saying, where? I can't see them. Where are they? And Rebel was pointing up and Rebel saying to him, they're up there, they're over there, they're over there, they're over there. So I run up to him, give him to me, I'll take him. So I take Rebel, I'm carrying him and we're walking and he's telling me that the Anunnaki are over there.
For me, I remember I stood in the middle and I was like, what the hell is happening? Then I started to laugh. I remember laughing and then I started to cry. Right? So I was 1 minute I was laughing, next minute tears was coming down my eyes, and I was like, what's going on?
We must go this way. They want to speak with you. We must go this way.
They're over there.
Who's here?
The Anunnaki. You can put me down now.
Where are they? Did you put you down? I can hold you, are you sure? Wait. Which direction are we going in? Everyone is in a different direction.
They want to speak with you, Ahaz. We must go this way.
It's not a problem.
Yes, you can put me down. The Anunnaki, they've healed my ankle. I'm laying on a table somewhere. They're all around me. They're talking to me. They've healed my ankle.
Are you good?
Yes. They want us all to come to them.
So I was walking with her for a while, and then somebody said to me, no, don't go there, go that way. And I started to look for Rebel. But with all this happening, we saw nothing that day except for chaos and energy. We felt an energy, the energy was there. But I can't say I saw anything that day. So for me, it was disappointing that I didn't see no extraterrestrial, which I really came there to see, because that's what I wanted to see, was the extraterrestrial.
The Anunnaki are over there. They don't want us to split up. They want us to stay together.
Everybody stay together. They don't want to split up. We gotta stay together.
Ahaz, Brian, Amelia, they're not here.
Ahaz is somewhere sitting down talking to Amelia and Brian.
Should I go in front of them?
Yes. The being in Amelia is trying to split up the group.
And I don't know what happened when I went with Althea. I don't even, like I said, I was over it and then I said, what am I doing there? Go somewhere. So I didn't know how long it was. You said I went away.
So I said to him, shall I go and get them? Althea and Ahaz and Ian. And he says, yes. He says right now they're in the woods and that they're sitting down and talking. So I said, okay, I'm gonna go and run and get them. So I run off into the darkness to find them, and I just get this feeling, this vroom, you know, like this energy, like vroom. And the voice in my head, you know, my voice says, turn your black ass around and go back to the group.
And what happened? You found them? Nah, I turned back. It's dark as hell and I don't know where the hell I'm going. It's safer to just stay with the group. What'd you see? I think I see something. Is that them? Are they behind the bush?
Yes, the Anunnaki are there.
Yo, the Anunnaki behind the bushes. We going over there together. Let's go. All right, let's go. What's up?
The Anunnaki are not going to show themselves. There's too much fear here.
I ain't scared. I'm not scared. Y'all scared? Yo, Ezekiel, what's up, bro? You alright? How you? Yo,
hey,
whoa,
hey,
whoa.
Hey.
Yo, chill.
Is he alright? I'm good.
Yo, is he
Well,
good?
we can't talk to him.
I'm fine.
Hold up.
Trying to get for space.
Hold up. Carry him all the way over here.
It's more here, like this solar plexus area. I could feel this here. That's where I felt it the most, to be honest, and just things going through my head, like I don't want to swear. Like, what's going on? What is actually happening? What is going on? I might, I don't know. It was the strangest thing ever. No, it doesn't hurt. It didn't hurt. It's just like a magnetism, like you're resisting what they're trying to do. Your energy and their energy is like pushing away. I was like, love nor money, and it felt like a magnet, and I felt scared because I could feel it coming. It felt like it was trying to come through me, and it was not happy that I was not allowing that to happen, and I felt that was the reason why it just shut me down. Like it didn't want me to say anything. Like you're not going to speak at all then. Apart from the part where with Ezekiel and feeling the need to like protect him, or not to allow people near him, like not to go near him. That's that was just strange. Feeling scared. It's like I could feel everything happening around me, but it was like it wasn't happening. It's like a dream, but it wasn't a dream. I could feel, it's just the most strangest feeling. I could hear a house speaking to me on one side. I could hear someone else speaking to me on the other side. I could hear them, but I could not. It's just such a difficult feeling to describe. It is like surreal. It's just like you're in a dream. You feel distant. You feel like you're in yourself, but you're not there.
But it was as if there was two factions there now. And based on how she was sounding, it was like that was a reptilian faction, and then there was Rebel pulling us the other way. To me, it was like a few minutes.
Yeah.
But Coach is telling me, no, you was away for a while. And then he said, I came back and I was just talking, saying stuff. And I don't remember any of that.
Ahaz, Althea, and Ian are there, and Ahaz and them are talking. And Ahaz is just talking. A lot of information just coming out of his mouth. A lot of information. He doesn't remember it, but I remember it. I was like the recorder.
It can only happen close to the nucleus of an atom. All exchanges must fulfill not only the preservation of energy, but must also satisfy the conservation of momentum. A free-floating photon is incapable of producing a pair and fulfill the conservation of momentum. The observer will see the nucleus in the proximity of the pair production. It will experience recoil as a result of the particles moving away from one another. The same as how a gun recoils as a result of the conservation of momentum as the bullet moves away from it. This idea of recoil keeps things resonating within the universe. If an object is at rest, it will remain at rest until acted upon by an outside force.
You're the man.
And I remember that everybody started leaving. Some people got in the cars and drove off, and there was some of us that was going to take the train. And as the people dwindled, the skies opened up and the clouds parted, and we looked up and you could see UFO activity happening in the skies.
How are you feeling?
Hello, Crapopolis!
Critics are calling TV's #1 new comedy funny and naughty and delightfully twisted.
What is it with all the yelling? You woke me up and I was underneath a mountain of bodies.
Crapopolis, all new, Sundays on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu.
Is this for me?
If you like squeaky toys from Chewy, it is.
Did I get anything this year?
Get up to 50% off Black Friday deals at Chewy. I'm still gonna eat your socks.
No, you're not.
Get Black Friday deals that deliver excitement at Chewy.
How white do you think your teeth really are? Let's try the tissue test. Ugh, still yellow. Obviously, whitening toothpaste can only do so much.
That's because there's toothpaste white and there's Crest 3D White Strips White. Whitening toothpaste only works on the surface, but Crest 3D White Strips safely work below the enamel surface, whitening like a $400 professional treatment.
So much whiter.
The #1 teeth whitening brand in America. Crest. And try Crest whitening emulsions for daily whitening with virtually no sensitivity.
Are you okay? Talibah, speak to me. Speak to me. You'll be fine, okay? You'll be fine.
Do you want us to come in for a while? How about just me?
Hold on, Marlene. Actually, let me call you back. Are you okay? What's going on? Did something happen?
Strange. I tried to just park it up and not think about it anymore. However, there's that to be gone completely. So Strange. I tried to just park it up and not think about it anymore. However, the spiritual side of me is it just won't allow for that to be gone completely. So I meditate. I walk with crystals. Crystals are in my bra. I've got crystals under my bed. It's just like, I really went into studying about those kind of things. And binaural beats. And my friend calls me now for that to be gone completely. So I meditate. I walk with crystals. Crystals are in my bra. I've got crystals under my bed. It's just like, I really went into studying about those kind of things. And binaural beats. And my friend calls me the Oracle. She's like, you always know stuff. How are you always knowing these things? How did you know about that boyfriend? I was like, I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't really know. And then someone gave me angel card readings. Oh, do an angel card reading for me. You're really good at this. I think you should really get into this psychic stuff. And I try to avoid it because of the nut factor. This thing where I'm thinking, you know what? The thing that I'm trying to avoid the most is going to come in my destiny. It's going to show up. I'm becoming more intuitive, even over in the last few months. There's certain intuition. I'm like, I cannot avoid it. My sister calls me a witch. It's stuff. There's a lot of stuff. If people are dying, like people die, I've had messages from them, and it's just I can't even describe, because it's not something I'm asking for. It's not even something I understand properly myself. But definitely, especially now, like in the last 10 years, where I've had to be more trying to do my personal development, and you know, I kind of fell away from the organization as well. It's kind of still led me into a spiritual path, and universal love is definitely something we need to all kind of get into, just being kind, acts of kindness, and actually realizing there's more to just this world than what we think it is.
Energy. Chakra.
Oh, wow. Millie's teacher?
She was up here when I got here.
I was in the office.
I haven't seen him.
Emotions. These things can all be altered in yourself and in others.
Who put her up there to teach?
I don't know. She was up there when I got there. I thought you sanctioned it.
Yeah, get her down.
This is a basic one. It uplifts your energy.
I was in the office and I came out and I saw Alfia teaching, and everybody sitting there listening to that. And I came out, I remember I went over to Dennis and said, "What's going on?" And Alfia said she has to teach. I said, "Rebel, what the hell is she doing up there?"
We had a structure where, you know, only the teachers go up to teach. Not anybody can just go up and teach a class. You know, you have to go through that training and go up and teach and make sure you're teaching things in line with the doctrine that we was teaching. So I remember one time we came in and she was up there teaching, and I remember Alhaz came out and he saw her teach, and he was like, "Nah, she gotta come down."
I am in the love of all,
and all love is in me,
and all love is in me.
I am part of all,
I am part of all,
and all is part of me,
and all is a part of me.
I am one with all,
I am one with all,
and all is one with me,
and all is one with me.
I can succeed as part of all,
I can succeed as part of all,
and fail as an individual,
and fail as an individual.
I can be all that I wish in all,
I can be all that I wish in all,
as long as my wish is to stay within all.
As long as my wish is to stay within all.
I am never alone.
I am never alone.
All is.
All is.
I am.
I am.
All can.
All can.
I can.
I can.
All does.
All does.
I do.
I do.
Yo, Kush, what was that? Amelia, what happened to her?
What you think?
Yo, no lie, it seemed like she got something inside of her. Like a being. Like she is possessed. Is she possessed?
Something like that. She's got some thing inside of her.
I don't think she didn't speak to it much about it for a long while afterwards. So I didn't really have that explanation from her. Maybe she spoke to other people about it and not so much to me. But it's kind of like sometimes you just assume that I'd already know because it was all mental pictures. So you already know. You shared it. And you're like, yeah, but what's your experience? And I didn't quite reveal that to me.
It was, you were saying, you know,
how prepared I was for it, and I was not prepared for it at all. And I think that's why I had a lot of fear, even though it felt like it may be a dangerous thing or something, but it was how I perceived it out of fear that made it what it was, even though that's not what it was. Like Ian was saying, there was a lot of love there, which I didn't feel at the time because I was responding out of fear rather than responding with more of a broader mind to what I've already studied. So if that did happen today, I would have been a lot more responsive to it in a very different way.
This whole thing seems like it would be ludicrous, but I can't say enough that this is something that definitely happened. It's not something that I've forgotten about over the years. It's kind of just been parked away. Kush asked me some time ago, "Oh, would you do it?" And I was like, "No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for all of that." I couldn't speak about it because it was such a weird experience. And I remember really not being able to speak for about 24 hours, maybe 48 hours after that. I just couldn't.
They very much into protecting the environment, because I remember when they were walking across, or gliding literally across the field, they were pointing at all the different trees and pointing over, at fields. So they seemed to be more interested in the environment around them rather than, anything else. For me, it was more like that premonition you said. Like when they appeared in my, when I was drifting off to sleep, it wasn't memories of the actual thing that happened. It was literally, I know they were the same beings that were just appearing to me through my face. So it's more like a vision of them communicating with me visually. That's how it felt for me. Because most of us were all at different conscious levels, in awareness of these sort of things. So these beings may have communicated with us based on the level we were at the time. So as Ian said, it all happened at the same time. Some may have just been a telepathic communication. Others may have had, like the light going into them because they were at that mental state ready for that type of communication. Others just had the visual. So it was all at the same time, depending on our mental range at the time. For me, it has literally broadened my mind beyond anything I could imagine. I mean, since then, I've been studying and, expanding my whole consciousness based on this entire subject, learning more about the universe, the multiverse, the omniverse, and it is literally taken my life on at a pretty amazing path. I would say it's strengthened me mentally, spiritually, in so many ways, and my character. So I'm grateful that I was able to experience that. Even at the time, it was one of the scariest things in my life, but it actually, put me on a very focused, conscious level.
The television is basically a weapon used to program people's minds.
I agree. That's why I don't let my daughter watch TV.
The TV is like the holy word. If it's on TV, on the news, people believe it and won't research it for themselves. Language is key. Look at the word hologram. The word holos, from the Greek, from holos, whole. And then the word gram, which is an abbreviation for grammar, which is dealing with words. With the TV, they're sending holographic images into your brain. This has now become your new holy word.
Is that like a picture paints 1,000 words?
And how many words do moving images paint?
Wow, like millions.
Yeah, and your subconscious mind picks up every single one of these images.
Are you okay? Let me get you a chair.
I'm fine standing.
Do you want me to get you anything to drink? Water, juice?
No.
Do you want to speak about what happened at the forest?
I remember chanting, but after that I recall bits and pieces. Did you feel that breeze?
Yeah. I felt it.
It came from this side.
I saw you with your arms around Zachariah's children.
They were scared. I felt like it was gonna hurt them.
Who? The being in Amelia.
Listen, I'm not trying to be no cuckoo crazy.
I was there, along with Kush, Sahim, Ezekiel, Ahaz, and a bunch of others. So if you're crazy, then you're in good company, because we must all be crazy then.
I remember putting my arms around them and thinking they're gonna be okay. Something was trying to speak through me. And whatever it was angry that I did not allow it to speak. I tried to speak again a few moments ago.
What was it trying to say?
Something was trying to talk. I just know that something was trying to talk, wanted me to speak. I don't know what they wanted me to say, but I felt like I was going to be some kind of spokesperson for whoever that was. And I wasn't about to be anybody's spokesperson at that time. And the only time I can link this to another situation happened to me years and years later. She thought she was about to have her baby. So I do homeopathy, and my other friend at the time, she's the doula. So whilst in that situation, for some reason they were burning incense and they were playing some African drum music. They was playing some drumming, and I just felt myself going into another zone. And I remember seeing these tall, dark beings in black, and they were extremely tall. They were all wearing black, and they was holding her baby. And I was telling them, give me the baby. And they're telling me no. I said, give me the baby. She wants her baby. It's time for her to have a baby. And they just would not allow it. And I didn't know what was happening. I didn't have no clue. And I'm saying to her, it's stuck. The baby's stuck. It's stuck. She couldn't get this baby out. And it just seemed to peter off, that all the labor pains and all of that stopped. But I remember feeling like I was, I don't know, in some kind of trance or something. My friend thought I was going too far, but what I felt and what I was saying and what I was seeing was real for me, 100%. I'm not trying to be no cuckoo crazy girl. I'm not about to label myself like that, but that's what I saw, and that is the only other experience that I could liken something to in terms of that kind of experience of having that kind of level of vision or seeing things or feeling something, wanting to say something to me or speak through me.
We're knuckleheads though, because we didn't learn. I didn't learn the first time, I didn't learn the second time. But it was the third time we went there again. We went there again. And this time, it was only 3 of us. It was me, Ahaz, and Ezekiel. We went there, and we're there standing chanting, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah, Ar-Rahmanu, La ilaha illallah, Ar-Rahimu, La ilaha illallah.
We had our white chemises that time as well, right? Just the 3 of us went to this park, and we went there at night. We didn't even go there like during the day. We just went there at night. Yeah. Brave or stupid, one out of 2.
It was at that point that reality sunk into my head. And I'm like, what the hell am I doing here?
So we went there, and when we went there, we saw a tent. I remember we saw, and there was some clicking sounds coming from the tent.
There was like what appeared to be fishermen, but this is at night, and we could hear gadgets. So we realized that people knew stuff that was going on here.
By the clicking sound of this tent, there was something that other people knew. They knew there was activities here. And they were monitoring the activities there.
Let's go. We've been here for a while. Ain't nothing gonna happen, Nick.
How white do you think your teeth really are? Let's try the tissue test. Ugh, still yellow. Obviously, whitening toothpaste can only do so much.
That's because there's toothpaste white and there's Crest 3D White Strips White. Whitening toothpaste only works on the surface, but Crest 3D White Strips safely work below the enamel surface, whitening like a $400 professional treatment.
So much whiter.
The #1 teeth whitening brand in America. Crest. And try Crest whitening emulsions for daily whitening with virtually no sensitivity.
One way to avoid expensive car repair bills is to be a race car driver. The other is Endurance.
Endurance saved me more than $7,000.
Without Endurance, breakdowns can cost thousands. With Endurance, you're covered.
Endurance covers nearly every car on the road. Plus,
you pick the mechanic you trust.
Act now for $300 off any plan, plus a year of elite benefits and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Call 1-855-723-8222 now.
And later on, we found out that it was a site where there was UFO activities. And what I noticed, for the next few weeks, we would get these strange people coming to our question and answer class. I remember a mixed race guy coming, a woman coming, a man coming, and white man coming, white woman. And I remember one day I was teaching when the white guy came, and he's there, and he's like they all had the same look in their eyes, and he's just there like, you know, gaze, glazy look, and he's asking me all these questions.
So, the wheel of existence consists of 4 periods. Each period has a time cycle of 18 million years. It's here where the 24,000-year equinox begins, where we go through a 6,000-year sun cycle and then a 6,000-year moon cycle. We are now coming into the sun cycle and our consciousness has returned. Any questions? Yes.
What do you think about extraterrestrials?
What do you mean? Like, do they exist?
Yes. There are accounts of them in the Bible and in ancient cultures.
True.
I have seen UFOs. Aliens use Earth's magnetism to fly their crafts.
Yes, I'm aware of that. They are ran by systems of propulsion. Propulsion is the driving forward of a force or impulse.
Yes, right. People have witnessed them making 45-degree and 90-degree angles at the speed of 18,000 miles per hour. You know this defies the laws of aerodynamics.
Gravity plays a big part. It's a natural force causing objects to move towards each other or towards the center of the Earth. There are basically 4 natural forces that are known to man. They are gravity, electromagnetism, a strong nuclear force, and a weak nuclear force.
It's all very interesting. The government... Did you know that since the 1960s, many classified projects have been going on?
I'm familiar.
Project Aquarius, Project Joshua, Operation Excalibur. They have ongoing contact with aliens. A United States Air Force intelligence officer at a prearranged location in the New Mexican desert exchanged basic information with 2 aliens.
Yes, that was in 1964, Project Sigma.
Good. You know your stuff. But I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus. I don't believe in UFOs and aliens.
It's occupied her body for like at least a month now.
Consistently?
No, it comes like in and out. It's sort of like interrupting a relationship, if you know what I'm saying. It's trying to communicate all this information to me, but some of it's like really hard to understand. It's like you can't comprehend it.
Is it right information now?
It's like projecting the information into my mind. It's like an entire encyclopedia is being downloaded into my mind. Thousands of pages all at the same time, but somehow it's like I've read all of it.
All right, I contacted the head of office and I told them about what happened.
And what'd they say?
Nothing positive. You think we're all spoken out?
She's like this little baby, man. And it's like I have to constantly go around and tell the being in her, don't touch this, don't touch that. And she just sort of goes around the house, like looking at stuff, like examining it. It's freaky, to be honest with you.
At a point in time, a sheet of film contained 8 picture frames. So to create what the mind would perceive as motions, 8 frames will pass in front of the eyes each second. This type of film was called 8mm. As technology developed, it went from 8mm to 16mm. So now you had 16 frames being taken in by your eyes.
Can you get some disinfectant in a rag?
Yeah, sure.
Amelia, she never came back to the store. That was the last time I saw her, when she urinated in the chair. That was the last time I saw her. And then, when I made a trip back to London back in 2000, I want to say 9 or 10, maybe earlier than that, maybe 2007 even. I saw her again. I was in the Brixton Market. Now, she doesn't live in South London. She lives in like maybe West, East London, something like that. And I remember I was at one of the herbal guys' herbal store. It's outside the Brixton Recreation. It was a Rusterman, and I was, picking some herbs and stuff and roots. And I just had this feeling that somebody's looking at me. And so I turned around, and over there was Amelia. And I was like, oh, because I hadn't seen her since 1995. I walk over to her, and it's like, when you've gone through an experience with someone, and in the eyes you just communicate. Like we said a lot of stuff just with our eyes, not verbalizing it, but with our eyes, and we both understood. We understood what we were saying, and then she gave me her number, and we exchanged numbers. And she told me that, she was no longer with Ian at that time. So I think so, 2010, I think that is. And so I was going to keep in touch. I wish I had still had her number and could be in touch with her, because I would love to get her input on this particular event.
It was an experience, and we all talked about it the best way we could, and those that everybody's experience was different. So you're coming from everybody's eyes. And I'm sure in Rebel's head, he saw something else. I'm sure in Taliban's head, she saw something else. I'm sure Idris saw something. Everybody was sick. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
And it's funny that people talk about these tall beings dressed in black. Because I remember one time when I was living in Bushwick Avenue, Brooklyn, and I was sleeping in my room. And my room was big. And I was laying down facing the wall, not the window. And I felt the presence of 3 tall beings in my room. Don't ask me how I know, I just know. It's just like, when you turn around, that somebody was staring at you. You know that feeling. And this was back in like 2003, 4. And I remember a light was going up and down my body, as crazy as it sounds, but I have to share the story. I'm compelled to share it. It was going up and down on my body like I was being scanned. And I remember saying to myself, I'm not gonna turn around because I'm not ready to see them.
It's all in our hands, this life of time that's given to us all. It gathers round each night, each morn. We watch it pass and grow. It is all in our hands. It is all in our.
One of the herbal.
Dozens of pages all at the same time, but it goes around the